Route 140 South ends at Route 6 and turns into Brownell Avenue, which runs along the west side of Buttonwood Park. Making a left, you'd be here. This is Hawthorn Street. The house on the corner recently sold for $190. The first one on the corner, the caramel colored one, not this one. It wasn't a single family. It wasn't a offer for $195, but they sold to a friend for $190. And the blue one went up at $319. My house is right in the middle with the green bottom and the porch. Behind that Burns sign, Burns Street. This is at Burns and Hawthorn, and that roof of that last house you can see from my window. Back to that block again, at my house, right here. Now on the back side, that's Plymouth Street. This is some houses on Plymouth Street. That house is directly behind me on Plymouth Street. This house to my left, looking down Plymouth Street, actually sold for $220 within the last couple months. It's a single family, 3-bedroom, $220. The guy tells me he needs a lot of work. These are my neighbors. We're going to at the beginning of my block, Burns Street. This is at Burns Street going towards my house. First house, second house is here at 400 Hawthorn. My house at 396, 398. And these are further houses on Hawthorn Street going right down to Rockdale Avenue where that light is. Back here again is Buttonwood Park, looking at the bike path. We're in the backyard again. That's that one went for $220. It was on the market for like $250, I guess. That's Plymouth Street, my back street. This house we're zooming into, that's the back side one on Hawthorn, 2 doors from me. See the architecture. This is my next door neighbor on Plymouth Street. To my left, if I'm looking out my back door. And it will soon be in my backyard. Notice my neighbor's solar panels to the opposite side. That's on Hawthorn Street. It's in my backyard with my herb garden and such. And I got Japanese maples that are out of bloom. We are now up on Plymouth Street at the far end on Brownell Avenue. Looking around what it looks like over there. We are looking towards my house down Plymouth. I went fast, but anyways, this is now at Burns and Plymouth looking up. These are all residential neighborhood, single family housing, suburban really, almost rural. That's actually my roof. We're on Plymouth again at Burns. Now we're turning to look south on Burns, all single family housing. Now we're on Carroll Street, which is 2 blocks south of Plymouth. I'm sorry, Hawthorn. We're on Brownell and Carroll. All those trees in the background is the park, because we're looking north. Those 2 streets look really close together because we're using a telephoto lens, but we're 3 blocks up from Hawthorn. 2 blocks up, I'm sorry. This is to show you basically the nature of the housing in the area. This is not typical of where most of the other comps came from. The closest thing was one they had on Brownell Street, not Avenue, and that was at 269. But that was in a much more congested area. Where we ever came up with a comp from Swift Street below Dartmouth, it's just ridiculous. My house begins to merge. Actually, there's one on the corner of my block. It has kind of a long lot on the northeast corner. Well, mine is the largest house and the largest yard on my block. Then there's a guy across my block on Burns who owns half a block. He has frontage on 3 streets. This is Rockdale Avenue. Looking at Rockdale Avenue to show the nature of the housing in that whole area. Rockdale Avenue comes from downtown up Hawthorn to Rockdale. This is Hawthorn you're looking at now. This is a house that's probably 8 or 9 houses away from me. It's on the next block up. I'm in the middle of a block. Then it's Whittier Street. Then there's this block. This block's a little bit long. And my house is right there. See the porch? Look at that. Now we're back up at Brownell Avenue. This is just to show you how close the park zoo entrance is to my house. Right across the street from the middle of the next block. I'm in the middle of a block, so it's about a block away. This is the first house on my block, second house on my block, my house. Back on Rockdale, about 2 blocks south of Hawthorn. Again, to show you the nature of the houses in the area, establishing that most of the houses in my area are not only residential, but they're upper-end residential housing. It's a completely different character. I mean, it's not a two-family neighborhood like some of the comps were. In Rockdale, I'm standing about on Ryan. You're looking at this is the only two-family within about 4 blocks of my house above Rockdale Avenue, between Rockdale and Brownell. We're now looking down Ryan Street, which is like 3 streets up. There's no two families here either. This is all single-family housing. This is my backyard in spring or early summer. This was taken from my driveway. They often, well, not that often, but they walk the elephants around the park periodically. They had a coyote on a leash there not too long ago. This is my first floor apartment. All the wallpaper was stripped and skim coated and repainted. Everything was freshly done as of when the last tenants moved in, which was last August 2nd. I would venture to say that this is above average to good condition, as the appraiser had said. I would say this is an exceptional condition. I had a manager from Raymore and Flanagan, a furniture chain, who wanted to have the place show off his furniture and such. But I decided not to go with him because I newly finished. I didn't want to deal with a lot of kids. So, anyways, I hope this shows you the nature of the neighborhood and house and why I think it's worth more.